I just feel terrific after I finish a race. I don't think that winning's everything.
It keeps me healthy, and I like to do it.
Ride. It lifts you up so far, tells you who you are, if you only try. Ride. No matter what your size, you can feel it deep inside, a sudden burst of pride.
From SeaWorld in San Antonio, Texas, it's the 7th annual Rainbow Colonial Iron Kids Bred National Championship Triathlon. And a pleasant good day, everyone. I'm John Paul Della Camera, joined once again by former Olympic gold medalist Mark Gorski. Mark, one thing for sure, they may have changed the site here to SeaWorld, but the enthusiasm of the kids and the parents never seems to change.
Oh, it's amazing. This is a really fun event for us as well. The parents and the kids are all having a great time. Remember, the theme of this program is every finisher is a winner. Every one of these boys and girls ages 7 to 14 is going to receive a finisher's medal, whether they finish first, 10th, or 100th, last, whatever. They're all going to get a medal. And I've had the chance to go to a number of the regional events around the country. I think this year we've got the finest young athletes assembled at the championships. A lot of these kids may go on to compete in adult triathlons, maybe the Olympics someday. They're a great group of kids. I think we're going to have 550, maybe 600 kids competing.
We've got some great young athletes here. We hope you'll come back and join us here in SeaWorld. The action continues in just a moment.
Rainbow Iron Kids, we're building, fighting you. Rainbow Iron.
The 1991 Rainbow Colonial Iron Kids Bred National Championship Triathlon is being brought to you by Rainbow Colonial Iron Kids Bred, the bred of Iron Kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 1991 National Championship, SeaWorld, San Antonio, Texas, for the Rainbow Iron Kids 1991 National Championship race. We want to welcome all 530 of our Rainbow Bred Iron Kid triathletes to this great San Antonio SeaWorld race site.
Well, Mark Gorski, after a day of orientation in which each youngster had to pass a swimming safety test, now the kids appear ready to go.
That's right, they're here for the swim, and as I'll review the distances. The juniors, which we're watching right here, are swimming 100 meters, and the seniors, of course, swim double that distance, 200 meters. As you can see, we're out in a man-made lake. Normally, the Iron Kids events are in a swimming pool. Last year they were. This year, we're in a man-made lake here at SeaWorld.
Does that pose any different challenge for the kids, or just something that they might enjoy as opposed to the pool?
I think the biggest challenge was getting warm. That water was a little bit cooler than a swimming pool would be, but it was, I don't think it really affected their swim in any significant way.
Well, this is our first year in San Antonio, and I thought it was going to be a bit hotter. We'd been in Dallas before, and it was extremely warm, extremely humid, but today was a very good day for these kids to participate.
In talking to a lot of the parents and the kids, I think everyone was anticipating real hot, muggy weather, but we had a pretty cool, pretty chilly morning this morning.
All right, what kind of a bike course do we have for these kids?
Well, there is a bit of a hill in it. The juniors have a 5-kilometer bike ride, which is just over 3 miles, so it's a challenging distance for them. Not so long, and remember, the theme of this program is to get as many kids participating as possible, so the distances are not ultra long. This isn't an ultra marathon distance, just 3 miles, and then the juniors will go on to a 1-kilometer run, which is 0.6 of a mile. The seniors, on the other hand, the 11 to 14-year-olds, ride 10 kilometers, which is just over 6 miles, and then they have a 2-kilometer run, which is 1.2 miles.
Mark, are you surprised at some of the new technology in the kids' bicycles?
Well, these kids are really riding some phenomenal bikes, but what really strikes me is the wide variety of bikes you see. BMX bikes, mountain bikes, road bikes, a real wide variety. Kids can bring any kind of bike out to this event.
Let's hear some more information, more specific information on bikes on this course as we go back to Mark Gorski.
940, no running, 942, no running, walk it out.
Here we are in the transition area, taking a look at some of these great bicycles. We've got a wide variety of bicycles, and I'm seeing some of the great technological advances that we've seen in the bicycle industry over the last few years. Take a look at this solid disc wheel right here. This cuts through the air a lot more quickly than an actual spoked wheel. Move on over here to this 4 or 5 spoked wheel. probably made out of carbon fiber. These actually run about $500 a piece. And can you believe this? This is water in here, and this young 14-year-old, look at this tube that runs along the top tube of the bike. This 14-year-old actually sucks water out of this tube while they're riding. They're not going to go thirsty at all. They don't have to waste time picking up a glass of water. Finally, we were going to move over to a little more conventional bike. This is a Murray, and you know, the point is the program, the IronKids program, is designed to encourage participation for all kids. Whether you've got a BMX bike, you've got a $1,500 expensive triathlon bike with disc wheels and special bars, it really doesn't matter. And as we all know, it really comes down to the legs. The legs are what gets it done. And out of the transition area, after they finish with their bikes, they're on to the run.
Runners here. Here, hon. Up here. Right here. That's it. Good job.
And with a little help from a friendly volunteer in the transition area, it's on to the run. Mark, how do most of these kids feel about the running portion of this event?
JP, a majority of the kids really consider the run to be the most difficult component of the IronKids event. We got a beautiful run course here at the SeaWorld facility. It's essentially a run through the park, and the juniors will be running about 0.6 of a mile, and the seniors 1.2.
Well, we couldn't have a better day for a run, a swim, or even a bike race. Here it's race day in San Antonio, Texas, and everyone's concerned about the event itself. But as we'll see, there's an awful lot more involved with the Rainbow Colonial IronKids Bred triathlon program.
And it's a tremendous program, and one I know that you're all very proud to be attached to.
Every year they fan out across the country, making appearances on local news shows and in schools. Members of the Rainbow IronKids Advisory Board are busy spreading the gospel of this unique health and fitness program. The advisory board is a blue ribbon panel of nutritionists, doctors, and Olympic athletes working to promote youth fitness. But there's more. Over the years, the IronKids program has evolved into an all-encompassing vehicle promoting total youth fitness. For instance, educational kits full of information and advice on nutrition and health are sent out to some 20,000 schools each year. The number of triathlons also has grown considerably. There were 7 events in 1987. This year, there were 17, thanks in part to a special relationship between the folks at Rainbow Colonial IronKids Bred and the YMCA.
Our mission with the YMCA is to develop spirit, mind, and body, and I think the IronKids program is a real avenue for us to do that. I really see us, working on all 3 of those aspects with the kids and with the parents. So it's a great avenue for us to achieve our mission. We're also very concerned about youth fitness, and we see the program making a big impact in that area as well.
We both win. The Y gets to put their resources in an event that helps kids, helps families. Rainbow, I think, shows their commitment to health and fitness, and so we're just excited about what's happening in the future also.
Advisory board members promoting the program throughout the country, educational kits sent to thousands of schools, and a special working relationship with the YMCA. Added up, and it equals one of the largest youth fitness programs in the country, one that measures its success in smiles, smiles on the faces of Rainbow Colonial IronKids everywhere.
I know the IronKids program is a success when I see the kids that have graduated from the triathlons that we do, and I'm out there running the triathlon with them, and they're whizzing by me on the bike, and they're running by me, and they're beating me to the finish line. I guess the Rainbow IronKids Triathlon Series is a success.
Tell you what amazes me, Mark, when I see these kids crossing the finish line, they have times during the race where they lose a little energy, but when they see that yellow flag, they know that's the end. It seems to give them a bit of a second wind.
It really does. It's such an emotional time for them when they cross the finish line. They always seem, and we've seen this in past championships, they seem to really sprint. They really turn it on that last 100 yards or so. Those kids, the kids, especially the young ones, show so much courage and ambition, desire those last few 100 yards. I feel so proud for them just watching. You can see the pride in their eyes.
And you can hear some of it, too, as our young finishers try to make it to that finish line, some running, some walking. And as we go to break, let's meet some of our IronKids.
It gives me different kids, more friends, and I enjoy it. And now my brother's doing it with me. Before I used to do the IronKids, I'd kind of hang around the house and stuff, and I wouldn't really be out doing sports. And I found that when I do sports, it's much fun. It's better than being lazy.
And welcome Welcome back, everyone, to the Rainbow Colonial Iron Kids Bred National Championship Triathlon here in San Antonio, Texas. And the motto, every finisher is a winner, is certainly in evidence again today.
Absolutely, JP. Remember, this program was designed to reward each of the finishers equally, whether you finish first or last. And we're watching here some of the kids who are finishing near the back of the pack. But, you know, that really doesn't matter. Whether they finish first or last, they're all going to be winners out here today.
Well, some kids are still running, yet others are preparing for the swim. I'm sure they're anxious.
Ready to go? Yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
You ready to go? Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, Mark, it's a little bit later in the morning. The sun's up, so the water and the air might be a little bit warmer, but not that much. But the distances are certainly different for the juniors compared to this seniors group.
The seniors are swimming 200 meters as opposed to the 100 for the juniors. And you'll see, as we are watching, there's a real variety in the swimming abilities of these kids. But just like in an adult triathlon, some kids are better in the swim, some are better on the bike, some are better on the run. So if you don't do that well coming out of the water, if you're a little bit behind, you got a chance to make it up in the bike or the run portion of the event.
Do we see a lot of different styles in terms of the swimmers?
Well, generally they swim freestyle. I have kids ask me at the orientation, can I swim dog paddle or can I do butterfly or whatever? They can use whatever stroke they like. Normally, the fastest stroke is freestyle, and that's what you see.
And again, when they come out of the water, they're supposed to be walking. It's safety first here in San Antonio, Texas. And this wouldn't be a successful triathlon without the volunteer support. And I know that here in San Antonio, we've got somewhere in the vicinity of 250 volunteers that are helping people, from people out on the course to assisting in the transition area. And the great thing here is that it's not really the parents and relatives. They're watching their kids. These are people that in a lot of cases have no connection with the event itself.
We rely on these volunteers to really steer the kids along. They're helping them, telling them what to do, assisting with their jerseys and numbers and helmets and so on. Without them, this event wouldn't be able to go on.
It's just one of those things. It's a great program that Iron Kids has, and we really enjoy being out here, seeing these kids participate in some athletic endeavor, which with the situation in the schools now, you don't usually see them get to these kind of opportunities.
I live in Fort Worth, Texas. I've been in part of Iron Kids for the last 7 years now. I was a participant for 4 years, went to 3 national championships, did nationals at Dallas the last 2 years, and was so involved and really wanted to help out. I came down here to San Antonio.
There's too much in this world nowadays for that we don't encourage our kids to do more of these things here and prevent crimes and so forth. This is something that we need, programs like this for our children.
All right, we've got seniors now on the bike trail. And Mark, is there any difference between the bicycles or the bicycling styles between juniors and seniors?
We see a wide variety, JP. You see both mountain bikes and road bikes, different types of bicycles, different quality bicycles, and different styles as well. The bike course for the seniors is 10 kilometers. That's just over 6 miles. There is a hill in it. It's probably the most difficult portion of the bike course is the hill. The kids really need to stay focused and work hard up this hill.
Well, it's hard work at times, Mark, but the Iron Kids themselves will speak more about the fun aspect. And for these Iron Kids, it's not just a fun day for them, but an actual fun weekend. For the 530 kids involved in this year's Iron Kids National Championship, the primary focus was fitness. But long after this weekend ends, our Iron Kids will savor more than just memories of fantastic finishes. The excitement began building the moment our young contestants walked off their Southwest Airlines flights and into the welcoming arms of San Antonio. The Wyndham Hotel served as our event headquarters, and it was here that our Iron Kids were treated to a Texas-style fiesta featuring good food and great fun.
Okay, everybody, look at me. Get very close together and smile. Look at me. Gotcha.
The excitement multiplied the next day at San Antonio's famed SeaWorld amusement park. SeaWorld's smiling stars warmly greeted everyone. I had the privilege of joining a pair of fun-loving Iron Kids, Jake and Mike O'Rourke of Fort Sam Houston, Texas. Together we spent hours taking in the fascinating sights and sounds of this unique park, one showcasing marine life from around the world. One of the great attractions here at SeaWorld is the famous Shamu Show. We're in the splash zone, and I just got wet, but that's part of the battle here at SeaWorld. Shamu puts on quite a show, especially if you don't mind taking an unexpected Shamu shower. But while these giant killer whales may be the park star attractions, they're certainly not alone in providing unrivaled entertainment. We saw a fantastic water ski show, friendly dolphins performing amazing feats, underwater creatures dancing on stage, and an evening concert featuring one of the baddest groups around. The popular group Color Me Bad performed for a standing room only crowd of nearly 20,000 fans. Our Iron Kids had their own special seating section. The evening concert served as a perfect capper to a special weekend of entertainment and excitement. Shamu, SeaWorld, songs, and smiling faces for our Iron Kids. That says it all. And we're back in the run course, but this is our first look at the seniors. Mark, what's the difference? What are their distances, and what kinds of times can we expect from this age group?
JP, remember the seniors are ages 11 to 14 for both boys and girls, and they're going to be running on this run course 1.2 miles. It's actually 2 kilometers. Now, the winning times in the past have been around 30, 31 minutes. Fourth, fifth place is usually 34, 35 minutes. So the times are cumulative between swim, bike, and run.
And as we go to break, let's meet some more Iron Kids.
I'm physically fit after this, and I do better in school because I train real hard, and then I try to be better in school as well as in my sports.
I like to swim and run and bike, so I just thought it would be fun to do it, and I want to win.
When I was a little bitty kid, I used to be lazy and don't eat all junk, you know. But now I'm not so lazy anymore.
Well, Mark, if you're going to run, there's nothing like great scenery like we have here at SeaWorld for our runners.
I wish these kids had time to actually look at how beautiful the course was. They had a great time. But the parents are really such an important part of this event. You know, there's nothing that gives you a little bigger boost than having mom or dad there to cheer you on.
And Mark, in some cases, mom and dad do even more than just cheer you on. For members of the Radkowitz family, it's another special moment. 12-year-old Katie has just won a gold medal, adding further to this Ohio clan's impressive collection of athletic achievements.
When my brother and my sister do something, I always want to do the same thing. So that's why when they start doing it, I wanted to do it. And I started with running, and then I got into triathlons.
Actually, Katie has been running in her brother and sister's footsteps for several years. In fact, you can say triathlon success runs strongly in this family of 5. 15-year-old Jody Radkowitz is a 3-time Iron Kids national champion and a member of the U.S. junior national team, a special squad of 15 to 19-year-olds competing for the World Triathlon title. Oldest brother Nick has the distinction of winning the first ever Iron Kids national championship back in 1984. Today, he runs some 80 miles a week, running track and cross country for the University of Notre Dame. As you watch the Radkowitz family work out, you can almost feel the pride and sense the determination. Mom and Dad have played a vital role in the development of these 3 achievers.
I think our family has a pretty good work ethic, and the kids learned to work hard real early. They had some successes, and I think they learned how to do that, you know, through successes and failures. Every athlete has their ups and downs, and I think they learned that pretty early.
Well, I think the Iron Kids was really important because Nick set the tone by winning the overall at the very first one. And they saw how positive it was, and he was really proud of himself and how he went into other sports with more maturity and with more confidence. And when Jody really wanted her brother to be proud of her, so she worked real hard, and it followed through to Katie, and the program always made them feel good because they saw friends every year. And now we know so many families that it's like coming to a family reunion rather than coming to a race sometimes.
Traveling and training as a unit has brought the Radkowitz family closer together. They've been to dozens of cities and shared dozens of hotel rooms. But the taste of success over the years keeps them hungry for more.
The winning is fun, but everything is good about it. I mean, you do all different things, and it gives you a chance to find what you can do. If you're good at something, you know, you like winning, but it's just all your friends and getting your family together. It brings your family together when you're doing this, all cheering for you. I feel it gave me a lot of confidence because the theme, you know, every finisher is a winner. I mean, even if you don't win, I mean, when I got second, I didn't feel any worse about my race or anything. I still felt like I won. You know, I was really happy with how I did.
Well, I'm excited to see that they're enjoying it. I think if they were just doing it to follow in their big brother's footsteps, I guess I wouldn't be as happy. But they seem to be enjoying it, and they're doing well.
The Radkowicz kids keep doing well year after year. They know muscles trained today may result in additional medals tomorrow. This time it was Katie's turn to revel in the spotlight. Tomorrow it could be Nick's turn to shine. Or Jody's. They've all been there before. Proud representatives of the Radkowicz family. And proud representatives of another special family, the family of IronKids. And Mark, we see these IronKids families at so many different events.
You know, JP, this Radkowicz family is not the only complete family that participates. We see many brother-sister combinations, and they all do a great job.
Well, it's been a great day in San Antonio. Our triathlon championship is over, but we have the award ceremony and entertainment when we come back after we take another look at some more IronKids.
Well, it's a program that I'll remember for a lifetime. It's fun and fitness. And it's a lot of fun.
It's very well prepared. This triathlon is it's outstanding. I've seen many of them, but this is something else.
And there's nothing like following up a great event with some great entertainment as both the IronKids and their family members await the results of the competition. One of the other great parts about this event, though, is what they do for charity. And here, Mike Kelly, the president of Rainbow Baking Company of San Antonio, makes a check presentation for $6,000 to the Junior National Triathlon Team. And in all, over $100,000 is raised, Mark, for various charities.
JP, that's right. The number seems to grow every year. This program really benefits more than just the IronKids.
Our national champions right here in the 7-year-old boys age group. Christopher Eddy, Alan Duvall, Matthew Kukla. Hold your hands together, boys. Lift them up. Rainbow, round of applause for all of our IronKid boys in the 7-year-old age group.
Well, you get more than just that rainbow round of applause. There's really something here for everyone. If not a medal, then certainly a pin. But the thing I like the most about this as we look at some of our top finishers, Mark, is that everyone walks away with a sense of pride and some great self-esteem.
They all feel a sense of accomplishment with what they've done here today. And, you know, this is incredible competition. We've got kids from all over the United States here who've come to compete against other boys and girls their age. And it's really a tremendous competition, and really it's a participation event.
Well, they don't just compete. They'll always tell you about the many friendships that they make as well. And there'll be more competition and more friendships to develop next season. Here's a list of the cities that the Rainbow Colonial IronKids Bred Triathlon Series will be in come 1992. Look for it in a city near you. Well, we've gone from the college campuses of the past several years to Shamu. That's quite a difference, Mark Gorski, but still a lot of fun for these kids.
Well, I think the kids had a great time. Just as long as they didn't jump in the pool with Shamu, they were all right. But they had a great time. The competition was very, very tough. But, again, the theme of the program is every finisher is a winner. All the kids get medals. And the program here is really designed to encourage health and fitness among children in the United States.
And we had a lot of winners today here at SeaWorld in San Antonio, where we will say so long and thanks so much, everyone, for watching our Rainbow Colonial IronKids Bred National Triathlon Championship. For Mark Gorski, I'm John Paul Della Camera. So long, everyone.
We know you can make it if you only try. Rainbow Bred, we're building pride inside.
The 1991 Rainbow Colonial IronKids Bred National Championship Triathlon has been brought to you by Rainbow Colonial IronKids Bred, the bread of IronKids. Transportation has been provided by Southwest Airlines, the airline of IronKids.